guys, my name is Trinity, and if you're here, you must be here to talk about books. Today I have my January book haul for you guys, and this is going to be all of the books that I bought in January. So first, let's start with Book of the Month, because that's what's sitting on top of the pile over here. We have Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo, which is the follow-up to Ninth House. If you guys have seen my previous videos, you will know that I'm already really anticipating getting into this. You will know that it's on my 23 books I want to read in 2023. And look at that cover. It's so gross and pretty, and I love it. But if you haven't read Ninth House, it follows Alex Stern, who goes to Yale, and she is initiated into this group of magic users because she can see ghosts, and they need someone to help manage the ghosts and the magic that is being used in these secret societies at Yale. And that's kind of the basis of Ninth House. And it ends in a way that makes you feel like you need the second book. You need to know what's about to happen. And it's been years. It's been years since we had the follow-up book, so I'm very excited to delve into this. And another that you will have seen already, like I said, some of these are going to be in books that are in videos that I have already done of what I'm excited for in the coming year. But Queen of Thieves by B.Z. Marsh. This is about women, a group of women who become thieves after World War II in London. And all I need to know is women thieves. Historical fiction. I'm really excited for it. Gangland was a man's world. The women knew different. But yeah, very excited to get into this. Next would be one I picked up at the Buy Sell Trade that is just a collection of short stories. And I have been trying to add to my short story collection so that I can read some short stories whenever I have a lull in my reading, or, you know, just really want something to break up the monotony of what I'm reading. And I picked up Dead of Winter by Keelan Patrick Burke. This is one of the most original authors in contemporary horror. So these are horror stories set in winter, and I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. Next, we have one that if you have seen my February MBR is already on there, and that is In the Shadow of the Gods, a Bound Gods novel by Rachel Doone. This is basically humans and gods going to war, and I always love that premise. I really think that that is exciting, entertaining, and this has Norse vibes all over it, and I really love that as well. So I'm really looking forward to delving into this one. Oh, and one that I finally got my hands on and I'm so excited to read is No Land for Heroes by Cal Black, a Gaslamp Western fantasy. Yes. So if you guys don't know, the main character here of this book, Millie, she is based on the Dalish elves in Dragon Age. And I love that. I love that. I'm a huge fan of Dragon Age. I play Dragon Age whenever I'm in a bad mood, that or Mass Effect, you know. I really love the lore of the Dalish. And for someone to tackle that in a different way, I'm very, very excited to see what happens with Millie, and I'm really excited to explore this world. Look at the dragon coming down from the sky. Yeah, I'm into it. I'm really looking forward to this. This is a 5-star prediction for me. I really think I'm going to love it. Like I said, with what I know about the story and what I know about the character origins and all of that stuff, I think I'm going to love it. I think I'm going to absolutely love it. Next is another horror novella that hit my radar not too long ago, and someone kindly bought it for me as a gift, but I don't know who, and that would be Crossroads by Laurel Hightower. I've heard very good things about this, and like I said, it's another horror novella. I've heard that this one's going to hit you in the feels a bit, and I'm looking forward to that. I've heard Laurel Hightower has excellent writing. A couple of my friends have actually read outside of this story some Laurel Hightower and really enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this. Next would be one that I randomly picked up because this little emblem right here. I don't know how old this is. So 2007, Blood Ties, book 1 of the Castings trilogy by Pamela Freeman. Never heard of this. This was an organic pickup at the Buy Sell Trade, and it says, set in a world where ghosts walk among the living comes one of the most original, enchanting, and beautifully written fantasy epics in recent years. 1,000 years ago, the 11 domains were invaded and the original inhabitants were driven onto the road as travelers belonging to nowhere, welcome to no one. Now the domains are governed with an iron fist by the warlords, but there are wider elements in the landscape that cannot be controlled and may prove the warlords' undoing. Some are spirits of place, of water, air, and fire, and earth. Some are greater than these, and some are human. So I really love fantasy that messes with like supernatural elements. I really love like the whole idea of portals. Oh, there is a tabby. Someone left a tabby in here. It doesn't say anything. I was looking forward to finding a tabby that said something. But yeah, I think it sounds like it could be really cool. I don't really know much about it beyond what I just read to you, and I've never heard anybody talk about it, but it's Orbit, so I figured I'd give it a try. Next, this is a weird one. Sayaka Murata Earthlings. And I've heard a few people talk about Sayaka Murata, and they always talk about Convenience Store Woman, but I saw this one and it reminded me of Humans by Matt Haig. And so I wanted to pick it up. It says, how far would you go just to be yourself? It says, a radical, hilarious, heartbreaking look at the garbage we have all internalized in order to fit in and survive. But yeah, from what I heard of it, it really reminds me of The Humans by Matt Haig. And so I wanted to give this a go. This basically talks about how weird humans can be. And if there was an outsider looking in on the things that humans do and think, they would think we're crazy. And yeah, so I think it could be pretty interesting. Next, we have The Deep by Nick Cutter. This is a fairly abused version of this book, but I really loved The Troop by Nick Cutter, and I'm really excited to get into this. Writes very bleak, very dark stories, and so I don't know, maybe I just need some of the bleakness in my life right now. I have been reading a lot of fun books, and those really aren't my thing, and so like maybe I need to pick this up. But if you're a horror fan, I would highly recommend Nick Cutter. Strange plague called the Gets is decimating humanity on a global scale. It causes people to forget small things at first, like where they left their keys, then the not so small things like how to drive or letters of the alphabet. Their bodies forget how to function involuntarily. There is no cure, but far below the surface of the Pacific Ocean, a universal healer hailed as Ambrosia has been discovered. In order to study this phenomenon, a special research lab has been built 8 miles under the sea's surface. When the station goes incommunicado, a brave few descend through the lightless fathoms in hope of unraveling the mysteries lurking at those crushing depths, and perhaps to encounter an evil blacker than anyone could possibly imagine. All right. Deep Sea. Is it going to scare me? Maybe. It's not one that I've tried often enough to know if it's going to scare me. Next, we have Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. This is a chunk. It's heavy. Barbara Kingsolver is an author that I have fallen in love with whenever I was younger and really enjoyed her stories. And this is a take on David Copperfield, if you couldn't tell. But I'm very excited to read something else by her, a masterpiece of contemporary American fiction. Demon Copperhead captures the heart as it evokes a young hero's unforgettable journey to maturity in the mountains of southern Appalachia. Now, I did just talk about this in another video, so I won't go into too much detail other than to say it's a retelling of David Copperfield for the modern problems that we would face as a young boy in the current climate of the United States. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it'll be pretty good. Also, it's the highest rated book on my TBR. I know this because of the video I just recorded for my TBR for February. Okay, next we have Wrath Goddess Sing by Maya Diane. And I have heard quite a few people say that if you didn't like She Who Became the Sun, you'll probably like this one more. And I am really looking forward to that, I think. Drawing on ancient texts and modern archaeology to reveal the trans woman's story hidden underneath a well-known myth of the Iliad, Maya Diane's Wrath Goddess Sing weaves a compelling, pitiless, beautiful vision of Achilles' vanished world, perfect for fans of the Song of Achilles and the Inheritance trilogy. So yeah, that's kind of what I heard, is if you liked She Who Became the Sun, or if you even didn't like She Who Became the Sun and want something different to try, this was probably a good book to try. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to great trans representation. So yeah. The gods wanted blood, she fought for love. The next two would be my most recent FairyLoot books, and I think this one was just running a little bit late, so came like a week before the other one. But that would be Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and look how pretty it is. Look how pretty. Now, I have been told this is going to be a little too whimsical for me, and maybe that's a good possibility. However, with my FairyLoot books, I do want to read them because I paid quite a bit of money for them before I let go of them. And this is blurbed by Megan Bannon and H.G. Perry. So I maybe it's outside of my wheelhouse, maybe it's not, but I do think it might be. It might be. But this is fairies on a kinder level than what I'm used to. So I do want to give them a try. Enter the world of the Hidden Folk and discover the most whimsical, enchanting, and romantic tale you'll read this year. Also, The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy by Megan Bannon. I did not think I was going to like that, and the comps that it gave really made me think I was not going to like it, but then it turned out to be one of my favorite books of last year. So I am pretty excited about this. I am pretty excited to get into it and find out if I do like it or not, but I'm also hesitant, if that makes sense. And last but not least, you probably have seen this already because it's been in a video or two of mine recently, and that is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. This is Roshani Chokski's adult debut. This is supposed to be very gothic, and I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. But it's about a guy who believes in fairy tales, kind of like a scholar of myths, and then he meets a woman, falls in love with her, and finds out she may have some connection to the myths and legends that he loves, and might have to choose between her and the folklore he has searched out all his life. And I think that that is really cool. It says, inside every story is a secret, inside every marriage is a lie. But oh my goodness, like, just look at this. It's stunning. It is stunning, and hopefully I love it. But that is it for me today. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things. Don't forget that I have a Patreon if you would like to subscribe to me over there. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and I will see you later.